Half the beds here at Bury Hospice are empty. Not through a lack of need, in fact there's a waiting list, but because of funding. Last year, Bury Hospice received just 18% of its funding from the government, meaning they and other hospices rely heavily on charitable donations.
It is very frustrating. We've got a wonderful facility here. We simply don't have the level of funding that we can afford to open up the other 6 beds at this point in time.
Hello, Pat.
Hi, darling. It's the same picture across the country, meaning many people aren't getting their preferred choice when it comes to end-of-life care. One survey showed 82% of people wanted to die at home, but actually 50% end up dying in hospital, putting even more strain on the NHS.
Important moment.
But in a radical move, Greater Manchester, which now has control over its own health budget, is proposing to re-evaluate hospice care, improving funding and integrating hospices better into the NHS.
I'm not saying necessarily we need additional money, but what we do need is the redirection of the money that's being spent elsewhere towards the hospice, and that NHS and hospices work together, hospices being better relied on, called off the bench more to make sure that they're a formal part of the NHS.
And it's not just about freeing up hospital beds. Hospices provide so much more than a place to die.
If it wasn't for the likes of these people, I wouldn't be here today.
Jock has terminal cancer, but he told me being here is not about counting down, it's about memories. And you don't get that in hospital.
Everything about this place is complete opposite to what it's like in hospital because they're just so overrun. Whereas here we feel safe, we feel looked after and happy. And it's hard to feel happy when you've got cancer.
Of course, the concern is this could create a new bed-blocking problem and mean cuts to other NHS services.
If the hospice movement was used more and differently, I think we'd probably end up spending money better and giving people what they actually want. So this isn't necessarily about spending more money, it's about spending money differently and better.
This report has already been approved, but hospices will still need to fundraise. The hope is this could become a blueprint for hospice provision across the country and allow more people like Jock to live well and die well. Mel Barham, ITV News, Bury.